My first football match was, I was about 5 or 6 years old. It's a gift that my father gave me, being part of the Fulham family. I love going to the games. It's the greatest pleasure in my life, the closest I have to church. My name's Emma Hill, I'm 42 years old and I bleed black and white.
Murphy took the ball on Paul Scholes' toe and he scored! Extraordinary! One way off though, here's Dempsey. Oh, it's 2-0!
I'm a freelance television producer. I live in southwest London. I was born into a Fulham family. My dad was born on the Stevenage Road, opposite the ground, and has been going to the ground for all of his life. It's something he's been passionate about. He then had 2 daughters, and both my sister Laura and myself were dragged to the games from a really young age, and he gave us that love of football. My mum wanted a day off on a Saturday, so we got taken to the grounds, not because of the sheer love of it, but because Mum needed a bit of time off. That's how it all started.
I was born in Knighton Street, which is very close to the ground. So my association with Fulham started from 1946 when I arrived in this world. Absolutely love Emma and Laura, and their children are indoctrinated in FFC at Craven Cottage.
Yes, come on, Ethan! Hi, I'm Emma's mum and Mike's wife, and I'm now surrounded by football fans, including my 4 grandchildren, but I'm just happy for them. I've learned to cope with it. I'd rather go to ballet, but it's still great that they can all be together and enjoy it.
I married a man who likes football. I would say now he loves it more than he did when I met him. Actually, he was a gooner when I met him, but he knew from really early on that if he was going to be with me and have children with me, then he would have to switch allegiances. He now has a season ticket at Fulham, and his weekends are hugely improved when we win. So when my eldest son, Ethan, was born 7 years ago, we signed him up straight away for a season ticket, even though he didn't technically need one till he was 4. But I wanted to make sure that if a seat became available near us, we've got to grab them really quickly because they go in the home end. So I wanted to make sure that he was sat really near us, and we managed to get a seat right next to us, which was great. Ethan has been a mascot at the games when he was 5. He's been involved in football all of his life. He's had every single shirt, every season, because I feel less guilty buying them for him than I do for me. It's like a little trip through memory lane, looking at all the old shirts. Bring back memories. Oh, I remember Ethan wearing this. He wore this when we did picnic on the pitch, and at the end of the season the club let us have a picnic on the pitch, and the kids could play football on the actual pitch at Craven Cottage. It was amazing. Oh, this is an oldie, kind of mid-2000s. I remember some Fulham legends have worn that shirt. And then I think this is one of my faves. Yeah, Danny Murphy, our Fulham captain, who my cat is named after, signed this one for me. I think that was for my birthday, maybe my 40th. No, must be older than that. Anyway, yeah, I love that shirt. It's always been really important to me that football is part of my life. It has to run through my life. My job has to fit around it sometimes, and it's something that I consider to be a priority. It makes me happy, and that's not just because of what's going on the pitch, it's because of everything off it too. It's the people that I'm there with, it's the time that I spend with my family when I'm there. I love going to the games. It's the greatest pleasure in my life, probably. I think the greatest single day of my life was when Fulham beat Juventus 4-1 at the Cottage. It beats even the day my children were born, and my wedding day. And I'm fairly vocal about that, my husband knows. There is nothing like the magic of going to the Cottage on a match day. That frisson of excitement as you leave the station, you walk across Putney Bridge, you walk through Bishop's Park, people are collecting around you, you're starting to see the fans of home and away kind of get together, and you're walking through the park as one unit, kind of heading towards the Cottage. You see the floodlights, and so you're heading there, you hit the Stevenage Road and you're walking down the street and people are selling programmes and there's kids around and there's old guys around that have been going all of their lives, and you're part of something. You're part of that community, you're part of that family. Coming here every week with my actual family and then the wider circle of friends that we've made is sort of like my church, I suppose. It's the closest I have to church. We celebrate, we sing, we commiserate, we go through ups and downs of life together, and we do it all in there. I have a hashtag I use a lot on social media, and it's hashtag Fulham Family. And I use it for not just my mum, my dad, my sister, but I use it for the people that I come to this place with, because they are like family. We've got a little network of sort of 20 to 30 of us that all know each other from various walks of life, and we come here and this is where we meet every week or every other week, watching Fulham win, lose, draw, mainly lose. And we're in it together, and it does make us family. So lockdowns made it really hard. The last game we came to was 10 months ago, and that's the last time I saw quite a lot of these people that I consider to be family. And I miss it more than words can say. I miss that time with my father, my sister. I miss that time with the people that I love spending time with here.
The coronavirus is the biggest threat this country has faced for decades. You must stay at home.
You get used to the end of the season coming, the regularity of the season. The season starts in August, it finishes in May. We know that, and then at May, there's these empty months in, June, July, when you're waiting for the football season to start again. And you expect that and you know that. But this time, football finished overnight with COVID, and we didn't know when we were going to go back again. There's no doubt that this period in all of our lives, 2020, has seen the most monumental change of our lifetimes. We can no longer hold our loved ones close. We can no longer see friends and family. We can no longer even be in the same room as our elderly relatives. And that's heartbreaking. I think our inability to go to football kind of encapsulates that, really. The time we spend at the ground is with all generations, all ages, all mixing together. Being there, it's all about all being together, and that means being shoulder to shoulder with these people. That means screaming and shouting and being passionate, and none of those things at the moment are allowed. And I don't know when the next going to be allowed. I spend so much time at the cottage with my father. He's in his 70s. At the moment, he's too scared to go to the games. I don't know when he's going to next want to go to the games. I know he wants to be there, his heart's there. It always has been since he was a baby. Since he was a child, he's been going into the ground. And my dad used to sneak into the ground rather than go to school to watch football and to watch the guys training. And, I'm not sure when Dad's going to go again. I don't know. And that makes me so sad.
In tiers 1 and 2, spectator sports and business events will be free to resume inside and outside with capacity limits and social distancing.
Can't believe it. Back at the cottage under very strange circumstances, but to be honest, just absolutely delighted to be back. Yeah, come on you Whites.